Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! It is such a wonderful feeling when you know that you can touch the hearts of so many wonderful fans of Descendants of Zombies because of how you feel about a franchise, and I really wish that more YouTubers would take into consideration the value behind a commentary when it comes to Descendants of Zombies. The reason why you guys can't find any commentaries on Descendants of Zombies is because nobody knows how to commentate on Descendants of Zombies and present it the way that I do. That's why I've dedicated the rest of my life to providing you with commentaries on Descendants of Zombies and where I think these franchises are headed in the foreseeable future, because undeniably there is a future that we are all going to be a part of when it comes to Descendants of Zombies, and I'm just excited to be a part of it. I think that in order to record a commentary on Descendants of Zombies, you not only have to talk about Descendants of Zombies and tell everybody how you feel about Descendants of Zombies and what makes you a fan of Descendants of Zombies and live your life near a soda plantation and a chemical plant that exploded at any given moment, because I'm the only one crazy enough to do that, but that's a different story for a different time. You've got to really have an appreciation for your audience, and how you have an appreciation for your audience is you've not only got to understand them, but you've got to give them what they want. And it's very apparent to me that people are uploading videos all the time about Descendants of Zombies using AI, which is pretty much a bunch of nonsense, which I really feel for you guys because I've forever and always said that you guys have deserved better in the way of reviews and commentaries when it comes to Descendants of Zombies, and I just wanted to be that guy to give it to you guys. I've never used any AI. I've done some reaction videos on this YouTube channel. I will never deny that or turn away from that. But I never use any AI, and I think the most effective way of talking about Descendants of Zombies is doing it with an open heart and an open mind, so nobody knows what you're going to say, nobody knows quite what to expect, and everybody's going to have fun watching your videos and find time and hitting your subscribe button because they too are a fan of Descendants of Zombies and they've shared in these same experiences. Probably not the same experiences that you went through in your own life, but they have experiences from being a fan of Descendants of Zombies, probably in the form of attending the Worlds Collide tour, collecting the dolls, all the Descendants of Zombies posters. It's really fun being a fan of this franchise because there is so much of an opportunity to learn. There is so much of an opportunity to broaden your horizons and expectations for Descendants of Zombies, because I think everybody has their expectations set really high for this franchise, which is really cool, because you guys want to get the most out of your experience being a fan of Descendants of Zombies, because I don't think any other franchise provided us with this opportunity. You know, people talk about Hannah Montana all the time and the reboot of Wizards Beyond Waverly Place. And I get that. Everybody was a fan of Hannah Montana and Wizards of Waverly Place, but could you ever remember a niche that had this many fans that were incredibly supportive of a superstar like Kylie Cantrell? Kylie Cantrell was somebody who really touched my heart, and my heart goes out to Kylie Cantrell because of how she feels and how people are making her feel. It are the fans of Descendants of Zombies who have been incredibly supportive of Kylie Cantrell from the very beginning, who have continued to be supportive of Kylie Cantrell moving forward. And this is why I look forward to Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland, because Kylie Cantrell is really going to put so much heart and dedication into the performance of the Princess Red character. I really love how they're referring to her as Princess Red, because I think this is a moment in history that Princess Red has always wanted to become a part of and be a part of because of each and every one of you. I remember sitting at home watching a show called Gabby Duran and the Unsittables when I was in my 20s, and I thought Kylie Cantrell was going to be something so spectacular to this world. She has so much to offer. It was a very different show. It was when Disney was coming into a sci-fi kind of realm, you know, off the introduction of the Marvel multiverse stuff and the whole thing with the whole concept of more than one Spider-Man, more than one Incredible Hulk, more than one Captain America. A lot of people checked out of the Marvel multiverse stuff after it happened, but I stayed with it, just like I stayed with every aspect of Disney, because I thought Disney was really coming into a cool era that had never been represented by before. And I think that Descendants and Zombies really fit perfectly with that era that they were trying to promote. You know, if you were trying to promote Disney Plus and get more subscribers on Disney Plus, the Marvel multiverse stuff and Descendants of Zombies fitting in with that perfectly, you couldn't ask for better. I remember the first promos for the Zombies franchise and, you know, really didn't know what to expect with the Zombies franchise. I didn't think it was going to be a beautiful story like it was or turned out to be. But I think that with the anticipation of the premiere of Zombies, you know, everybody was just so excited about it. And then we got this beautiful story between Zed and Addison about how people could find true love no matter who they were. And they could find acceptance no matter what they may have been going through. Because that was always the reoccurring theme of Descendants of Zombies. No matter if you were talking about zombies, werewolves, aliens, and eventually vampires by Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires, the reoccurring theme in that was always acceptance. And even when it came to Victor and Nova, it was always about them, meeting each other in a reoccurring dream they had had for months leading up to their meeting. And it was really cool how they finally had the opportunity to meet on the set of Zombies in New Zealand, where they shot the franchise too, which was a beautiful location. And I think everybody was appreciative of the new characters in the franchise because they were going to go on to mean so much to the franchise. And I think that people who are in doubt of Zombies 5 ever happening really need to take a step back and think about all the time and all the money and all the creative energy they've invested into the Zombies franchise. Because Zombies is forever and always held a special place in Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim's hearts. The thing is, I think that it's going to be a moment in history that we're all going to be a part of, that I think everybody is going to be really excited to be a part of. And I just always wanted to experience that with you guys. The thing is, this franchise is meant to so much to everybody who's been a part of it that we just can't close the book on it. And I think there's always an opportunity to write a new chapter. And there's always an opportunity to see an expansion off the franchise that has meant so much to each and every one of our hearts. And I know that by the time Zombies 5 happens, many of you will be teenagers, but that's the cool thing about being a teenager, is that you'll have a greater appreciation for Descendants of Zombies by the time it happens. Because I watched Descendants of Zombies for the first time when I was 25 years old. So that just goes to show that Descendants of Zombies never really targeted one specific age demographic of, say, 7 to 12 years old. It targeted many different age demographics that felt very differently about Descendants of Zombies. I mean, I saw people purchasing tickets for the Worlds Collide Tour that were up as high as 17 years old. So it just goes to show that it just wasn't one specific age demographic that Descendants of Zombies was targeting. And everybody felt differently about Descendants of Zombies and had their own individual reasons and explanations behind why they were fans of Descendants of Zombies. But I don't think anyone needs to offer an explanation as to why they are a fan of Descendants of Zombies. They just need to show it the appreciation and the honor it's forever and always deserved when recording videos for you guys. And I think the majority of the reaction videos that I saw, especially when it came to Zombies, they were just saying they couldn't make sense of it because nobody ever wanted to make sense of it. And they just wanted to get reactions out of you guys. And I think forever and always, that's why I forever advocated for better videos to have been uploaded about Descendants of Zombies. Like, I think these new dolls, these 10th anniversary Descendants dolls, are absolutely gorgeous. They are beautiful. And I don't need the dolls here to put together a review on the dolls, because the dolls just look absolutely gorgeous. And if you're a fan of Descendants of Zombies, if you're a die-hard fan, if you're hardcore about Descendants of Zombies, you're going to collect all of them. And you're going to go above and beyond the requirements of a super fan to collect all these dolls and have them in your possession. Because the thing is, these dolls have created so many wonderful moments and been a part of all of our lives for forever. Like, years ago, I used to collect professional wrestling action figures because I told you guys the story of how I was a loser. And one of the things about me being a loser was my obsession with collecting professional wrestling action figures. And there were thousands of professional wrestling action figures. They release new ones all the time that I used to collect. And by the time my collection had been complete, I had thousands of wrestling action figures. I had the big wrestling ring. I had every version of every wrestling action figure that you could think of. The wrestling action figures in their actual wrestling attire, their wrestling gear, and then their outfits they used to wear when they used to come out and make challenges to each other. It was so fun. The point I'm trying to make is, it was so fun collecting the wrestling action figures and the wrestling action figure sets and the championship belts that I used to collect. And I see that same passion from everybody who was a fan of Descendants of Zombies, who were publicly admitted that they were a fan of Descendants of Zombies. And I think that if you're passionate about something, then you should always follow your passions. Now, I know that sounds really cliche to say on a commentary, but I think that if you're passionate about something, you should never let anybody hold you back from your passion or realizing a dream that you have. Because that was always a reoccurring theme that I noticed coming from Quality Control. She had never felt more passionate about encouraging people that their dreams can happen for them. Because I think that everybody that was there in that crowd for the Worlds Collide Tour wanted a reason to believe in themselves more than ever before. And Quality Control and Freya Sky gave you that opportunity to make you realize your dream more than ever before. And I think a lot of people took something home special from the Worlds Collide Tour. They felt like they were a part of history, and they didn't care what any critic had to say. And that's what the most amazing thing about the fans were who supported Descendants of Zombies and things like the Worlds Collide Tour, because they knew it was a moment in time. They were going to be a part of history, and they just wanted to be a part of it. They wanted to show up at the Worlds Collide Tour, and they just wanted to have fun. While many critics showed up at the Worlds Collide Tour with the sole purpose of reviewing it in such a critical fashion, criticizing everything from the ticket prices starting up as high as $200 to the quality of the merchandise, It just goes to show they were looking for something to complain about, and it just so happens that the thing they complained about were the quality of the merchandise. But I didn't see anything wrong with the quality of the merchandise. If you're passionate about wearing a Descendants of Zombies Worlds Collide Tour hoodie, or you're passionate about wearing a t-shirt or collecting the dolls, then just continue to follow your passion. And if there's one thing that I want you to do, is to have fun with your predictions and your thoughts on what direction you think Descendants 5 and Zombies 5 is headed in. Because I'm excited for the future. And I'm just excited to be a part of it. Because I'm just like each and every one of you. I'm a fan of Descendants of Zombies. So as a fan of Descendants of Zombies, I don't know what's going to happen in Descendants of Zombies. Did you think I knew what was going to happen in Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires? No. I was just making predictions. I was just excited as each and every one of you. I went to the quickie stop, I bought a slush puppy, I came home, I watched Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires, and to be honest with each and every one of you, after coming home from quickie stop and buying a slush puppy and watching Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires, it was such a fun experience. And one thing that I enjoyed so much about this summer was uploading the hundreds of videos that I did reviewing Zombies 4 Dawn of the Vampires while offering you my predictions about what I thought was going to happen next. Because the thing is, what's so exciting about being a fan of Disney, and the reason why Disney keeps everything so secretive, is because they want to keep you guessing, so that by the time Zombies 5 does happen, you'll be more excited than ever before. And I get it, many of you will be 17, 18 years old by the time Zombies happen. I know a lot of parents have talked about how their child will be grown into a teenager by the time Zombies 5 happens. But the thing is, it will give you an opportunity to sit down with your child and watch Zombies together as a family, and you'll come away from it more appreciative than ever before, and it will give people like myself more of a reason to post positive reviews about Zombies than perhaps ever before. Because I think that everybody tries to find the worst in Descendants of Zombies who reviews it. And I just wanted to be that kind of guy who would show up on YouTube and talk about it with such a promising demeanor that everybody would have hope about the future for Descendants of Zombies. Because I believe hope exists out there for everybody who was a fan of Descendants of Zombies. And that doesn't give me the right to criticize your favorite stars or to review Descendants of Zombies in such a critical manner. Because I think far too many people upload so many videos about Descendants of Zombies that have never made any sense to begin with. And I've just wanted to be one of those guys, perhaps the only guy on YouTube, to ever talk about your favorite stars like Kylie Cantrell and Freya Sky in the way they've forever and always been meant to be talked about, because I see the appreciation coming from them, and I just wish more people that would upload videos for you guys because of you guys would have that same kind of appreciation for Kylie Cantrell and Freya Sky. Do I believe that a girl at 15 years old deserves to go home on a tour bus, tired as anything, and have to watch these videos where people are criticizing her performance less than 24 hours ago? No, I don't. Do I think that people like Freya Sky and Kylie Cantrell deserve to cry all the time? I most certainly don't. They deserve to see nice videos about themselves that they can feel confident in their own ability because of, and I think it's about time somebody showed up on YouTube and talked about them in a way that they were deserving of being talked about. You know, some of the nicest comments come from fans of Descendants of Zombies for a music video that Kylie Cantrell and Freya Sky may have been a part of, saying they're going to be the next Disney pop star, saying that Freya Sky's music videos are 10s across the board. I concur with that. I agree with that. Because every single music video that I've ever watched from Freya Sky is 10 across the board. They are beautiful music videos. They are fabulously shot. And I'm just excited to be a fan. And I'm just watching it on the other side of my computer screen. I've had nothing to do with production value when it comes to Disney. I've just loved showcasing my passion for Disney and Descendants. Now, the thing is, if I ever had the opportunity to become a writer and producer and director for Disney and things like Descendants of Zombies, I would be on a plane tomorrow. I would walk into Disney headquarters, I would present all your guys' ideas to a board team, and I would say, what can we do to make all these dreams of all these fans become a reality? Because I think there is no price tag on a person's happiness. And it's obvious that Descendants of Zombies makes everybody happy. So I think that we should make more of an effort to give the fans of Descendants of Zombies what they want. Give them something to talk about. And instead of, always kayfaming everything, who really cares if a shot of a scene is leaked online? The thing is, if photos are leaked online, the only thing that's going to come from it is conversation. And I think that companies like Disney and Nickelodeon have always wanted us to talk about them. And I think the best way to do that is to leak stuff online. to get people talking in the form of a photo or a video where we're teasing something with Descendants 5 or Zombies 5 happening, because Zombies 5 and Descendants 5 will happen. We just don't know what the release dates are going to be. While there may have never been official confirmation about Zombies 5 ever happening from the Disney company, you know it's going to happen. Because think about it. Meg Donnelly and Milo Manheim have had Zombies mean so much to their hearts, and they want to be executive producers behind the camera moving forward. So they've invested all this money and all this time into the development of a script for Zombies 5, introduces the new characters Victor and Nova, Freya Sky, and Malachi Barton. So from out of nowhere, we're just going to cancel the Zombies franchise and invest so much money behind a Snow Angels music video for this upcoming Christmas, debuting on November 14th, which is actually tomorrow. I'm really excited about it. We're less than 24 hours away from the premiere of the music video Snow Angels. And I think that an early on prediction can be given and a review can be given of this one, even though we've only seen a 30-second trailer. This is going to be the top Christmas music video in popular demand on Disney Radio and Disney Channel, Disney Plus, for a very long time. I'm going to see this music video streamed probably about 50 million times between now and the end of the holiday season of 2025. I think that if we're going to talk about Freya Sky and we're going to talk about Malachi Burton, the least thing we can do is say nice things about them and give them a chance. Because I think people who criticize Descendants and Zombies have never really wanted to give it much of a chance. I go all the way back to last summer when the music video Place to Be first premiered, and it got over 100,000 views in less than 24 hours, and people started hitting the like button like crazy. It were the fans of Descendants and Zombies who have forever and always supported things like the music videos for Place to Be and Don't Mess With Us and Legends in the Making, which is a song that really defines what direction I want to go in this lifetime. I don't know if I'm ever going to go down in history for being a legend, but I would like to believe that I'll go down in history for being a legend because of each and every one of you, because I'm taking you guys with me wherever I go or whatever becomes of me. Because if I have something to do with Disney moving forward, I will never forget any of you. Because you guys took a loser on YouTube and made him into a superstar overnight. And I have each and every one of you to thank for that. It's because of you this YouTube channel happens, and the magic happens for you every single time I upload a video. Because I know that I record videos when I have a cold, or I'm feeling sick, or I have something going on in my own life, but I always put the fans of this show before each and every one of you. Come to think of it, does anybody out there know how to make chicken noodle soup? Because I don't know how to do it, and I've had this cold for forever, and it seems like every time around Christmas time, I get sick. I still got to do some Christmas shopping. We're a couple of weeks away from Christmas, and I get sick every year around the holidays. But I look forward to spending the holidays with you, because I love talking about things like Red Christmas, performed by Kylie Cantrell, and Snow Angels, performed by Malachi Burton and Freya Sky. The latest Freya Sky video that I uploaded on this YouTube channel exceeded over 2,500 views, and that's incredible. That's amazing. That shows so much heart and so much dedication. So this is why this YouTube channel was created. What I wanted to do was I wanted people like Kylie Cantrell and Freya Sky to know that they were loved. Now, undeniably, they know they're loved by millions of fans, but it had everything to do with the criticism that they were receiving about their music videos, about their performance criteria. It seemed like whatever a critic could find to criticize about Kylie Cantrell, they did. And she was a girl that I was particularly fond of because of her YouTube videos years ago. I was a huge fan of Kylie Cantrell, and I will continue to be a fan of Kylie Cantrell moving forward. It's just I saw issues with the criticism the girl was receiving without giving her a chance. I wish more people would give people like Kylie Cantrell a chance, because they are creating magic, and they are a part of history, and they are creating moments that we are forever and always going to be a part of. If this is history, then we are all going to be a part of it. And that's all I've ever wanted to be a part of with each and every one of you. I've not only had the honor of uploading over 600 videos with Descendants and Zombies through the power of YouTube, I've had the honor of meeting so many incredible fans who have felt very passionate about who and what they love. So because I've had the honor of meeting so many incredible fans who have felt very passionate about who and what they love, and because they know what they love, it comes with a huge responsibility. Like how in Spider-Man they said, with great power comes great responsibility. It really does. Because I really believe that when you put it into perspective, you have the responsibility of recording a video for a girl who knows that she loves Descendants and Zombies and wants to watch the best Descendants and Zombies videos she can watch on YouTube. I get that. The thing is about these other videos that are being uploaded, they are just used with AI, and they are uploaded with the sole purpose of, really offering you predictions that really make no sense about Descendants and Zombies. If we're going to talk about mermaids, then let's talk about mermaids, and let's talk about the foreseeable future about Descendants and Zombies, because undeniably there is one. Moving forward, there will be different characters. Characters will come and go out of these franchises all the time, like Ruby and Meg and Milo. I know, they will forever and always be missed. I will forever and always miss Ruby Rose Turner. I have forever advocated to bring Ruby Rose Turner back into the Descendants franchise because being a part of just one installment really doesn't offer us a whole lot of insight as to the story of the Bridget character. What more of a story could she have to be told? What if Zed and Addison could come back into the Zombies franchise? These are questions that will forever remain unanswered, but should have answers. And I think fans have deserved answers to these questions for what has to feel like forever. And I know we're a long way away from getting the answers we have deserved for a very long time, but I just wish that along with giving you the answers and predictions and theories about Descendants of Zombies, people would show it the respect that it's forever and always deserved. But regardless of where we go from here on out, you guys will forever and always have me as your voice of Descendants of Zombies and this YouTube channel uploading videos dedicatedly to Descendants of Zombies and two franchises that have brought us together undeniably and made us the best of friends. Because this is an experience in my lifetime that I will never ever forget. This is a huge honor for me, such a huge honor to be here to talk about Descendants of Zombies all throughout the holiday season. We just celebrated Halloween, and in all honesty, guys, October was a huge month for this YouTube channel. The views exceeded all of my expectations. Over 12,000 views this month happened for Descendants of Zombies. We are just halfway through the month of November, and we're averaging somewhere up around 9,000 to 10,000 views this month too. So collectively, we put up over 25,000 views on this YouTube channel in just 2 months, making it the most popular Descendants of Zombies YouTube channel in the world right now. And I have each and every one of you to thank for that. Did I think I'd be the host of the most popular Descendants of Zombies YouTube show on YouTube right now? No, I didn't. I didn't think this YouTube channel was going to amount to much. I was never really a famous guy on YouTube until I discovered the passion that I had for Disney and Descendants, and I had the honor of talking about it with each and every one of you. If you ask me, do I think a dream can happen for everybody? Sure I do. And I think that it's all about how much you yourself believe in that dream and how much you push forward for that dream to become a reality for you. Because even when you think it's impossible for you to achieve that dream, it can and it will become a reality for you. It's just a matter of when and how it becomes a reality for you. And the thing about a dream is it eventually evolves into something far greater, because then you sit back and you realize, oh my God, did this happen for me? Like years ago, I had a dream of a Super Nintendo, and I finally got it one year on Christmas. And I think I had the Aladdin or the Lion King video game bundled with it. And you're saying to yourself, hey, Jonathan Clarke, that really isn't much of a dream. Well, perhaps we can talk about a dream about me wanting to be a successful YouTuber. And I had the honor of doing that because you guys were the most accepted niche in the world. You really were, because you took a chance on me when you really didn't have to. And we've been together ever since because we've been fans of Descendants of Zombies. We've shared in each other's experiences. We've laughed. We've cried together. And it is an experience that I wish I could stop time because if I could relive it all over again, I would do it without even thinking about it, because this has been the hugest honor of my existence in this world, is talking about Descendants of Zombies because of each and every one of you and for each and every one of you. And I've always and forever wanted you to hold on to whatever dreams you've had because of your passion for Descendants of Zombies. Some of you even like to draw Descendants characters. That's one of the top trends right now on YouTube. People are searching how to draw Descendants characters, and that's really cool because I can't draw a stick man to save my life. So to know that you guys are really passionate about drawing these Descendants characters is really beautiful. And collecting the dolls, keep on with your passions, keep following them, and keep trusting them, because they lead you in the most promising directions that you don't even realize that will happen for you, and you'll get that much closer to your dreams becoming a reality for you. So really don't pay any attention to the critics and shut them out every way possible when it comes to their opinions about Descendants of Zombies. They've never mattered. It's all about how you feel about Descendants of Zombies and what it comes down to. And I'm just excited to be a part of it while honoring you in the same way that you forever and always deserve to be honored. So let's keep this conversation going for just a little while longer. I love talking about Descendants of Zombies. I love being in your guys' presence to discuss everything related to Descendants of Zombies. So if you get a moment, you can always hit my subscribe button and find time and hitting my like button and ringing my bell to stay up to date with notifications about everything happening when it comes to this YouTube channel. I would love for you to be a part of this journey that I felt like I've been on for what feels like forever as your host of this show and your voice of Descendants of Zombies. Guys, thank you so much for watching. With this conversation never has to be over. It never has to end because there is still so much of a story for us to experience as fans of Descendants of Zombies, and I would love to be a part of it with each and every one of you. Stay calm and zombie on, everybody, into that foreseeable future, because life is always sweeter when all of us are together, because we make such of an impact in this lifetime when we show that much more kindness that deserves to be shown to people in this lifetime. Stay calm and zombie on, guys, and stay sweet to the foreseeable future, because life really is that much sweeter when all of us are. Thank you guys so much for watching this video.